Today I'm going to show you how I made this McGriddle sandwich. I got the idea from watching Hilah Cooking. I've never actually eaten a McGriddle from McDonald's. I haven't eaten fast food in about 10 years, but I thought I'd give this a try. I don't eat milk, so I made this a little differently. I made a dairy-free whole wheat pancake and I left the cheese off. And I've also never made a cooking video, so this is a first time for me. But let me show you how I made this. Step one is to make the maple crystals. I'm just heating half a cup of maple syrup to 265 degrees, and after it reaches that hard crack stage, I'll just pour it on this silicone mat to let it cool and solidify. So we're about 18 minutes in. It got a lot darker, a lot thicker. I turned it down because it was smelling like very burnt sugar. But my thermometer doesn't have a clip, so when I was holding it, it got like really hot. So what I'm going to do is, instead of using the thermometer, I'm just going to dip it in some cold water, put a drop in here, and then see if I can fish that out. And yeah, it's hard as a rock. So I think we're there. Now I gotta clean off my silpat and pour this out. Okay, so we're gonna pour this out onto the silpat. I imagine you want this kind of thin. It's already hardening up like really fast. I think my cookie sheet was a little cool too, so maybe if I warmed it, it would spread a little easier, but I'm gonna break it up anyway, so. Oh, look at the strings, that's so pretty. Okay, so just let this cool. So I gotta break this up into little bits. And here's the maple candy all broken up into pieces. Step 2 is to fry up some bacon. Step 3 is to make the pancake batter. I have dry ingredients: 1 cup whole wheat flour, half a cup all-purpose flour, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and then in the wet ingredients I have 1 1/4 cup of almond milk, 1 egg, and 3 tablespoons of canola oil. Mix the wet, mix the dry, mix the wet into the dry. You got pancake batter. Meow. My helper. Okay, so I have my pancake batter, my maple chips, and my preheated griddle. I wiped out most of the bacon grease, so it's ready to go. Let's see if I can do this freeform because I don't have a mold. Just funny because I make English muffins and I don't need a mold for that, so I won't need a mold for this. Try to make it round. put a couple of these doodads in. And then imagine you want to cover that sugar so that it doesn't burn when you flip them. And then just cook until they're dry around the edges and have some bubbles on top. Flip them, and then cook them until they're cooked through. Okay, so it's dry around the edges, bubbles are on top. So let's flip this. Bam! Okay, just a few more minutes on this side and it should be good. The last thing we have to cook is just an egg. So I'm just going to pour it on my griddle here and cook her up. Okay, so the egg is done. Just going to assemble this egg on the pancake, and then we'll put some bacon on. I don't eat dairy at all, so I'm not going to put any cheese on, but that's what we got. It's a McGriddle a la Katie a la Hilah. Okay, so I just tried it, and considering it took about 2 hours to make, I probably would have been better off just putting bacon and eggs on an English muffin. But it was fun to make. I hope you liked this video.